Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 30 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Last episode we set up a bunch of automation and some stuff. Downstairs in our basement we can see the silicon process that I set up last episode is still going strong. We're up to 6 of the 8 stacks that we're going to have in there. So pretty soon this double crusher will finish running and we'll have 8 stacks of silicon available to us at all times. Nice. What I want to work on today is going to be a mix of different things, with the end goal pretty much being Obsidian production. I wouldn't mind having a stock of Obsidian on hand at all times, and I noticed I kind of don't have that. And I'd also like to have a steady supply of lava available for any purposes that I might need. So with that all in mind, we're going to start working towards those goals. So one of the first things I'm going to want to do is get myself some lava and then store it somewhere. And I think we're going to use the refined storage liquid system to handle that. Now there's a couple different ways in refined storage that we can hold liquids. We can store them on disks just like we store items. There's a 64, 128, 256, and 512 fluid storage disk, which hold that many buckets each. So this holds 64 buckets, this holds 128, etc. There's also storage blocks, which we haven't really looked at too much, but these are like, instead of having a disk, and there's a disk drive that holds 10 different disks. These are individual blocks that hold a certain amount of items or liquids. So this will hold 1,000, 4,000, 16,000, or 64,000 items in one block space. And these do the same for fluids. And I think what we'll do is have a bit of fluid storage available to us. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. So the other option besides doing it this way would be to do external storage. So if we had some kind of tank, so for example, an Ender IO tank, right, or something else, we could throw external storage on there. But I think I'd like to use the refined storage, fluid storage blocks, just to kind of give them a whirl, right? I think that might be cool. So we're going to need to teach this thing how to make 64K fluid storage parts, which ain't too bad. Nice. We're also going to need patterns. Let's get like 10 of those. Cool. You're probably... Okay, good. You have some glass handy. Nice. Okay, and do you know how to make buckets? You don't, so I'm going to teach you. Cool. Into the basement we go. Nice. This guy's cruising right along. Almost there. Basement, please. Cool. So now I should be able to request 64K fluid storage parts. And now that I can make one of these, easy peasy, I'm also going to request probably going to want basic processor and a machine frame, right? So basic processor and a machine block. Cool. Basic might be done by now, and the 64K fluid part, you're waiting on what? Waiting on sand and glass. It's getting there. There we go, 64K refined fluid storage part. So I'm not probably at this point going to teach this to the system, but for now we've got our 64K fluid storage block, right? This can probably sit somewhere down here. I just haven't figured out where yet. Didn't plan this far ahead. For now, we'll probably pop them over here, but we might want to move this later. Boom. Cool. So now this is capable of storing liquids, right? It's pretty neat. It's got all the same settings over here, so redstone mode, whitelist, compare damage, NBT, and all that stuff. Void excess fluids. That's kind of a neat setting. What's cool about those storage blocks is you can probably filter them, so it's a really nice kind of like a substitute for like a drawer system if you want. So if we wanted to, we could have one of those 64 or like a 1K or a 16K storage block to hold cobblestone, for example, and tell it to void excess. And it would be a neat way to go about it. So that's an option, right? Now what I wouldn't mind having is a bucket, thank you, of lava handy, because I want a whitelist. So, do you have a bucket's worth of lava? You totally don't. Awesome. Okay, well at least I can steal lava from my seared tank. So what we're going to do is pop in here, and we're going to whitelist mode, and we're going to say that you hold lava. Done deal, right? So any lava entering our system will go into this storage block, and only lava. So nothing else is going to be allowed in here now. right? I might make another one for water, just because it might be nice to have, and we could automate filling that up in a minute. Now, to get our lava stored in the system, we're gonna have to figure out what to do. So there's a couple approaches we can take. There's some mods that generate lava. So like Actually Additions has a lava generator, right? Lava factory controller. Okay, that's cool. I don't know if that's what I mean. Can produce blocks of lava given 150,000 RF per block. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, it needs to be in that pattern, right? So 150,000 RF per block of lava. So if I want 64 blocks of lava, that's, I mean, it's a lot of RF, right? It's not that bad, but it's a lot. And I think that thing's a little bit slow. Another option for us is ranged pumps. So ranged pumps is a mod that literally adds 1 block. It is a pump. And it is great because remember the old extra utilities way of getting lava out of the nether? That's what this does. It basically does exactly that. And I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard it's a cool mod. So let's try it. What do you say? We're also going to need a bucket of water. So let's go get one of those, please. I know I've got a water source out here somewhere. Thank you. And a block of diamond, obviously. And it's just called pump. Obsidian and 2 pickaxes. Do I have 4 obsidian even? That's a question. I have 2 obsidian. That's the situation we're at right now, guys. Okay. This is why I need to get this automated. How much lava is currently in here? Enough that I can take advantage of what I want to do. You turn into obsidian and you pour into here. Cool. This is at least enough to get things going for me. Obsidian cooling, getting dark out, getting dark out. Must go faster. Cooling. That'll do. Okay, so inside we go with our newly created obsidian. We've got a ranged pump. Sweet. Now the other thing I'd like to make is a pair of ender tanks. Cool. Ender tanks are really great. They're awesome. However, they require obsidian, which is not awesome. Erg. I'm gonna either have to go mine for obsidian or try this without. You know what I'm gonna do? I got an idea. We're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna get ourselves a normal fluid tank. And then we're gonna go from there. Cool. Would you mind making me some glass? That would be super. How's my silicon situation down here going, by the way? Oh yeah, we're totally getting there. Nice. So this has 8 stacks, right? So what's gonna happen now is this is going to fill up its internal buffer. Can I like... It's gonna fill up the 4 stacks in here, which is kind of a bummer for me. Because that's just that much more than I need to do, but it's fine. This thing will be done processing in a few minutes, and then it'll only run whenever I use stuff. Come on, glass, let's go. You know what I might do is just make some gravel into sand manually. That'll do. And you are in furnace mode. Alright, so tank. Check. We're going to bring this down in the nether, and the next thing I want to test is how wireless RF works with it. Is it enough or not? If it's not enough, I'll have to do a dimensional transceiver. And if I do have to do a dimensional transceiver, then we don't need an ender tank. So that's kind of cool. However, were I to need a dimensional transceiver, it would be expensive to make. Relatively. Not horribly expensive, you know, but expensive enough. Now here's a giant pool of lava, which just so happens to be pretty much what I want. All right, so from what I understand, if I'm right about this, you basically place the pump on top of the lava. Now he is going to need RF, and we're going to see if 80 RF is enough for you. Now he should have missing redstone signal. Cool. So he's filling up. He holds an internal buffer of 32,000. He does need a redstone signal to run, which Amazingly, I did not bring the resources required to create a lever with me, so teleporter home. Whoops. Didn't know we needed a redstone signal, but I guess it makes sense. So lever, please. That works. And back to the nether we go. Whoosh. So I'm thinking we're gonna find out how much power this uses. That's the main goal of this experiment right now. Because I've actually not played with this mod before, but I remember really liking the functionality of the thing from extra utilities, and that's pretty much like literally what the mod wiki page says. Like if you go to it, it literally says, I missed the endothermic pump from extra utilities, so I made this mod. How cool is that, right? And it's made by Raul Wiedeberg, who's the same guy who made refined storage. So he makes this mod refined storage, which is super complex, and then he makes this mod that adds 1 block. It's hilarious. So we activate the pump, and we should see by right-clicking on here where it's draining lava at. Nice. Now, you might need to be configured for a pull on the bottom. That works. Cool. Not bad at all. So it looks like we definitely need to pipe the lava out of this thing, but it also looks like our grid power is enough, which is cool, right? So you can see where it's draining lava at, -46, 10. So it's actually a pretty big range. -46. Wow, that is a really good range. Hey, there it is. And it replaces the lava with stone, which is super cool because it prevents flowing lava from being a problem. Now, it also doesn't self-chunk load. Come here, Ghast. I want gas tears. So I think in extra utilities, it did self-chunk load itself, right? Not this one. So make sure to use claimed chunks, right? Let's... show chunk boundaries. Okay, cool. I placed you right on the edge of a chunk boundary. Way to go, Direwolf. But that's cool. That's not a problem. We'll just go into this dude. We will claim the chunk we are in. I'm hoping that it can just chunk load itself and you're good. So we should be cool there. So that's good. Now, this is world download time. And I'm going to try and unclaim these chunks before I upload the world. If I do that correctly, then you guys shouldn't have any problems with the world download, by the way. So this is running. We've got fluid in our tank, which is cool. We should be able to pick that dude up, which is doubly cool. And we've got lava now, right? So let's get back home. Teleporting. There are a few things in mods that I like better than a really good teleporter. Alright guys, so I'm thinking any liquid-related stuff can go over here. So I still have that. I still have a bucket. I don't know if I have the bucket of lava. No, that's right. I used it to craft the thing. But I want to snag some. You come over here. And any and all fluid blocks that I might want to work with can go right here. Okay, so we'll probably just pop an importer here. We're going to configure you to be nothing on the bottom. Not disabled, but nothing. If we switch this from type items to fluids, he can import fluids into the refined storage network. And that's pretty much all there is to it, which is awesome. I really like how in refined storage, like the importer for liquids and items is the same block. It's actually kind of cool. Nice. So you should be draining lava, and we should be getting fluid stored in here. And we can see by checking it, right? So we've got 15 buckets worth of lava chilling in this system. Nice. Okay. So that's actually pretty much it. That's all there is to it. Now, if you want to do stuff with this fluid, you're going to need a liquid monitor or a liquid grid. So grid for liquids. Fluid grid is a grid, advanced processor, and bucket. Okay, that doesn't seem so bad. So we have nothing for a grid. 2 improved construction, destruction, quartz, and a machine. So machine, quartz, let's go like 10 of you. 2 improved, and 1 of each core. I'm gonna get like 10 of each core just because I need them. And it's nice to have a backlog of stuff. Cool, so that's good. And we're probably using our quartz right now, which is exciting. I would imagine. Hey, why are you dropping items on the ground? Hey, why would you ever drop items on the ground like that? What? Explain. Explain the dropping of items on the ground. I don't like that. I don't like that, you see. So it totally used them. I don't like that it dropped items. So let's not do anything with you, and then change this up. And up will be disabled, and east will be insert, and this will be extract always active. So that should be better. We'll see. So you're making a bit more sand to compensate. And you guys can probably just go away and you'll get stored. This doesn't have a void upgrade on it, so that silicon probably goes into one of the drawers, which is getting a little bit full. Hey, elevator. What are you doing to me? That's what I get for hitting my head on the wall. Alright, there we go, nice and gentle. So now if I go to make my grid, we should have everything I need. Beautiful. And then we want an advanced processor. And we have a bucket on us, right? So we should be cool. Advanced processor. Check. So right here, we can do grid, advanced processor, and bucket. And that should get us our liquid grid. Which already got imported into the system, but that's okay. Where should I put that guy? Fluid grid. I could put him right on the floor underneath this guy. That shouldn't be a problem. Nice. And now we have our fluids. Look, 15 buckets of lava. Now you can shift-click buckets into there, and notice how it's 16 buckets, and you can shift-click fluids out of the fluid grid, and if you have buckets in your inventory, it will, or if you have buckets in here, you're good. I don't think it'll auto, or maybe it will auto-craft them. Neat. I guess it auto-crafts them. Well, that's cool. That's super cool, actually. And it'll also use any buckets that you have in here, so that's also cool. So we've got fluid storage, right? So that's step one of our plan to make Obsidian. Store fluids in the grid. And I'll also use that lava for other stuff, right? So now that we have that, let's get Obsidian creation going. What I'd like to do is make a destructor and a constructor. These are two blocks from refined storage that can basically place or remove both items or in block form and liquids from your world. The constructor places stuff in the world, and the destructor removes stuff from the world and sucks it into the refined storage system, which is super cool. So what I'm going to basically do is use the constructor to place lava and use the destructor to break the lava and turn it into obsidian. How cool is that? Now you can also do water buckets and lava buckets, but I feel like that's twice as much cost there. I'm thinking IC2 adds that recipe. So we're probably not going to go that route. We're going to do this route because this one will be more fun anyway. And I'll probably want to limit how much obsidian we create. So we will figure out how we're... Maybe this would be not a bad place to put that obsidian. That might be cool. I don't know about that. We'll see. So I'm thinking a neat place for this to go would probably be like right here under the floor. Wouldn't that be cool? Like just right under the floor here. And we could look at it with some quite clear glass in between it. That might be neat. Just for fun. So let's set that up, shall we? So we're going to want to place, basically, I can replace you with a constructor, right? With constructors, you have to tell it what it's going to place. Destructors can break whatever's in front of them unless you specify a whitelist, but constructor is only going to place what you tell it. So we're going to specify fluids and we're going to specify lava. Then what we're going to want is a bucket of water. That's just going to go there, right? So bucket, check. Of water, check. Let's eat a little bit. So there's a couple ways we could go about doing this. I think what I'm going to do, because I want it to look nice in this little 3 pattern here, I think I will do this, right? So what should happen now is when I remove this stone block, it's going to place the lava, Okay. Now I might specify that I want this to react to a redstone signal, but we'll get to that. Maybe we'll get to that right now. Let's do redstone signal. Let's do, hello, a lever. Just have a few extra. Now if I want you to react to a redstone signal, right there should activate you, okay? So when I remove this, right, what we should get with a redstone signal should activate the lava placement. Nice. And then we can pick up the obsidian. Cool, right? Now we're going to want a destructor here as well. And I'm thinking right here might be as good a place as any for a destructor. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll place the destructor right there. Notice how we picked up that cobblestone and threw it right into the system? Well, first we want to whitelist it to obsidian. So now the only thing you're allowed to pick up is obsidian. Note this thing could pick up liquids as well, just as an FYI. Cool? So check this out. Neat. I like it. So now we've got an automated way to turn that stuff into obsidian. Super cool. The next thing I want to set up is a detector. Is that what it's called? It is called a detector. Sweet. All right, so you need to know how to make a detector because that's a lot of steps I don't feel like doing. You already know how to do everything in here except the redstone comparator. Now you know how to do that. Do you know how to make redstone torches? You don't. I should probably teach you, right? I mean, we have a bunch, but now you know how to do it. Okay, so detector, please. Hooray. So the detector, check this out. Everything's going to process. Boom. Used some of this, used some of that, a little bit of this cooking. Loving it. Everything's good. So detector, boom, is a pretty cool little device. What he can do is detect how many items are inside of a network. So we're going to put him probably under here, okay? And we're going to have you monitor obsidian in the network, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to say, we're checking for items, emit a signal when on the amount, above the amount, or under the amount. So we're going to say less than, let's say, 10 obsidian. We can also do compare damage, MBT, and that, but we're going to say no. So watch, right? When less than 10 obsidian in the system, you emit a redstone signal. Cool. So we've got 11 in there right now. It stopped emitting a redstone signal. How cool is that? Now we do still have lava, 4 buckets worth, right? So with this configured this way, whenever we have less than 10 obsidian, it's going to emit a redstone signal, place a block of lava in front of the source block there, and there you go. We win. Awesome little bit of fun. And it looks cool too. Neat looking, right? I like it. All right, so now that we have that, I would like to make, because we have some stuff now, I would like to make my ender tanks. Okay, so your job is basically going to be, did you hear the little ding of obsidian happen? I bet you did, right? Watch. I'm just going to do obsidian. There's 10. Watch what happens. Listen. You hear it? Nice. Why did it stop running? We ran out of lava. Okay. But it totally is working. How cool is that? Loving it. All right. So now that we've got the ender tank, actually, let me get I made an importer here. So basically your job will be to chill here. Now I could just do external storage on the ender tank, but I want to have more than what the ender tank holds, which I think is 16 buckets. I want to have the 64 buckets of lava available. So I want to use the fluid storage block. But if I really wanted to, I could have just done external storage on this dude. Okay. Now, I'm not sure how fast the importer is, so I might want to make an interface. But let's see how fast the importer is, and then if it's too slow, we'll do an interface. Deal? So the ender tank works just like ender chests in that you, let's see, do I have any roses in here? Rose red. We've got that many, but how about poppies? Yeah, we have some poppies. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to get the 2. We're going to put the rose red back. The crusher can crush that up. So the way it works is just like ender chests, except for liquid, right? Now there's multiple ways you could transfer liquid across dimensions. We could use the dimensional transceiver, but ender tanks are cool too. So because this is lava, I'm going to make this ender tank color red, red, red. Could have just been red, white, white. Doesn't really matter. But I chose the colors that I wanted, which is red, red, red. Okay, so then we'll pop over to here. You're going to be, hello, my good sir. Red, red, red as well. Should really do something about mobs coming through this portal, shouldn't I? At some point, the answer will be yes, I should. You know what else I need? I think I need, so I don't think, and we kind of determined this already, that this guy will automatically output his liquids, right? I believe that to be true. Yeah. So we're gonna need, some kind of fluid conduits to manage this. Oh, right, wrong thing. You. Teleport home. Fluid conduits, in order for this to work, is what I need. Fluid conduits. Now we can go try this again. Alright, so now we're here. This blaze is looking at me funny. Later, buddy. So fluid conduit, which is already filled up with lava. Cool. Into the tank, which it might need to go into the top of the ender tank. Which, if that's the case, is not that big a deal. Just pop this dude right next to him. Make sure the blue face is up, I think. Hey, there we go. Look. There's lava in the ender tank. Nice. It's filling up. See it? So now we should be able to go home. And see what's going on back here with fluids. Okay. Fluid grid, a little bit empty. Oh, right, because down here, we have to specify something. We have to tell you that your importer is going to be importing fluids, not items. Now it's going to suck fluids into the system. The question I have is how fast. So actually quite fast. Okay, so that is quite fast, and I am totally cool with the speed that is sucking items in. Look at that. Nice, dude. That is cool. Now what should happen is once we get to 64 buckets, it should stop, because we only have one place to store fluids, and that is in that 64K block, and we're at that point now. And it stops. It stops importing because we don't have any more storage. We're like full on fluid storage now. It's this thing. This guy's going to fill back up. Nice. And that's it. So the only thing I might want to do is hold more than 10 obsidian. We're going to change this to... Does a stack sound good? I think so. Right? So what's going to happen is we're going to keep crafting obsidian, and we're going to keep refilling the lava. How cool is that? And we can pipe that lava anywhere. We can have exporters on lava generators. We can use this lava for all kinds of good stuff. But now we pretty much have infinite lava. And it's hooked into our refined storage system, which means it can go anywhere. Anywhere that our refined storage system currently lives. We can use it to be placed in the world. We can use it for lots of cool stuff, right? So I'm happy about that. We have obsidian, guys. That is super cool. And then once we get to 64 obsidian, it's going to stop crafting. And then anytime I use obsidian, it'll just auto-craft a little bit more until we have enough. Done. See? How cool is that? I like it. I like it a lot. All right. All right, guys. And with that, I feel like it's a good point to wrap up episode 30 of Direwolf 20's Let's Play series. I can't believe it's already episode 30. It's amazing to me how quickly time has flown. But as you guys know, every 10 episodes you get a world download, and today is no exception. So world download should be available for you. If you downloaded the world 20, you may know that my chunk claiming may be an issue for some of you. I posted how to work around it, but some people were still having issues. So episode 30's world download should not contain those issues. Hopefully, if I do things right. So we'll see. But for now, it's wrapping up point. So I'm going to go throw all my stuff that I'm wearing, chest, into an iron chest that's going to sit right here in my base. Cool. There you go. You guys get all my goodies. And I won't forget my baubles and my terrible iron armor. For some reason, you may want that. You never know. All right, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode and you're enjoying the series thus far. We have a lot more stuff to get into. There's a couple mods we haven't even looked at yet, and there's a lot more automations and other cool things we'd like to do. I would like to fight a Wither sometime in the 30 series, so we'll see in the 30s if we get to Wither spawning and killing. Might want to automate them at some point. Might want to look into blood magic a little bit. Might want to progress down Britannia's path a little bit more, and obviously a lot more automation with refined storage and a few other mods. All right, Direwolf20 signing off. Take it easy.